You wake up and immediately start choosing. Not big things, small things. Which notification to open first, whether to read that message now or later, which tab to close, which thought to follow. By 10 a.m., you've made more decisions than your great-grandparents made in a week. And none of them feel like decisions. They feel like nothing. Just responding. Just keeping up. But by afternoon, everything feels harder. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, but because something inside you has been running this entire time, burning through a resource you didn't even know you were spending. You're not distracted, you're depleted. And it started the moment you opened your eyes. Your brain doesn't actually make decisions the way you think it does. It doesn't weigh options freshly every time. Instead, it runs on something called predictive processing. Here's how it works. Your brain is constantly predicting what's about to happen next. It builds little models of the world, tiny forecasts about what you'll see, hear, or need to do. When reality matches the prediction, everything flows smoothly. You don't even notice you're thinking. But when something unexpected appears, a choice you didn't anticipate, a question you need to answer, an option that breaks the pattern, your brain has to stop, update its model, and recalculate. That pause costs energy, not metaphorical energy, actual glucose, actual neural resources. Every time your brain has to choose between two things it didn't expect, it fires up the prefrontal cortex, and that system is expensive to run. It's like revving the engine every few seconds instead of cruising. One choice? Fine. 5? Manageable. 50? Your brain starts cutting corners. It begins relying on shortcuts, impulses, whatever path requires the least recalculation. This isn't a flaw, it's a feature. Your brain evolved to predict, not to perpetually choose. It was built for environments where most of your day was routine, punctuated by a few important decisions. It was never designed for this. 50 years ago, you had 3 TV channels and a newspaper. Today, you have infinite feeds, infinite tabs, infinite ways to spend the next 5 minutes. Every app is an option. Every notification is a fork in the road. And it's not just content, it's everything. What to eat, not just breakfast or cereal, but which recipe, which health trend, which macros to track. What to wear, not just clothes, but which version of yourself you're presenting today. What to work on, not just your job, but which email, which message, which meeting prep gets priority in this 10-minute window. And now we add AI, not dramatically, quietly. You don't notice it at first. AI doesn't remove choices, it multiplies them. Write an email? Here are 12 tones to choose from. Need an image? Here are 60 iterations. Planning your day? Here are 9 optimized schedules. Each one feels like help, and maybe it is, but it's also another fork, another moment where your brain has to stop, evaluate, and predict which path leads where. The promise was freedom, more control, more customization. But every customization is a decision. Every option is a tax. We're not choosing more because we want to. We're choosing more because everything around us now requires it. The environment changed. Your brain didn't. So what happens when you spend all day choosing? First, you get slower. Not because you're tired in the normal way, but because your brain's prediction system starts misfiring. It can't build reliable models anymore. Everything feels equally urgent, equally unclear. You stare at your screen, and nothing feels like the obvious next step. Then comes the overthinking, because when your predictive loops are exhausted, you compensate by thinking manually. You try to logic your way through choices that should feel automatic. Should I reply now? Should I click this? Is this the right thing to focus on? Every tiny decision becomes a negotiation. And eventually, you fragment. You're halfway through one thing when another choice appears, then another. You're not switching tasks, you're switching predictive models over and over. Each switch costs a little more. By evening, you haven't done anything wrong, you've just chosen too much, and you feel it, not as failure, as fog.
Here's the shift. It's not about discipline. It's not about focus hacks or morning routines. It's about recognizing that your brain was never supposed to choose this much in the first place. You're not failing at something you should be able to do. You're succeeding at something humans were never built for. And maybe that reframes the exhaustion. It's not you. It's the volume. You can't eliminate choice, but you can stop treating every small decision like it's neutral. It's not. Each one costs something. And when you see it that way, you stop blaming yourself for feeling drained. You start protecting your prediction system the way you'd protect anything else that's finite. Because it is.